Good morning. Happy Saturday. So today starts Business Mastery, and I'm senior leadering this event. I've only ever attended this event once. So this is the event that I know the least in Tony Robbins' world. But I attended this event, it's either 3 or 4 years ago. I think it's 4, coming up in this August. And I remember the first hour of this event was worth the purchase price. And the purchase price is significant, but the amount of information and material and benefit you get out of this is so far beyond that if you own a business. And when he starts out on the first day, he talks about there's 3 people that are in business. There's the artist, the entrepreneur, and the systems person. And you got to figure out which one of these 3 people you are. And the artist is the person who can actually perform the basis of the business. So like if you have a basketball team, there's an owner, there's a coach, and then there's a player, right? So who's the artist? The artist is the player. So artists are the ones, they love what they do. They would do it for free. If they really love it, they tend to be really, really good at it. But they're not entrepreneurs and they're not systems people. So many times the artist runs a business and the business is successful in that the artist is great at what they do. They're very popular. They have a ton of business. But at the end of the day, the business doesn't make money because the artist isn't an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is the person that owns the basketball team. And entrepreneurs understand money. They understand numbers. They're great at numbers. They're typically not the artists, though. And entrepreneurs are great at making sure that the business runs within its numbers and within its limits, and that the business thrives. But they are usually not the one that is the talent behind the business. So in our basketball analogy, that would be the owner of the basketball team. And then systems people are the people that figure out how to set up things so that you know how much inventory you have, you know how much, what your cash flow is, you know all of those things. That's the systems people. So in a basketball team, who's the systems person? It's the coach. So as I start listening to this, I realize after 20 years of running a very successful business that I didn't know anything about running a business. And my former partner and I were both artists. We loved what we did. We were great at it, but we had no idea how to run a business. I mean, think about your average physician. Remember when physicians didn't all work for the various hospitals and they were out on their own? Think about them. How many of them are really entrepreneurs? Virtually none. Usually they're great artists. They're great at what they do. They love what they do. But do they tend to be good business people? No. That's not where their strength tends to be. So I looked at all this and I'm like, my former partner and I, we operated for 10 years and never even had a budget. We just came to work, loved what we did, worked hard, did a great job for our clients, and money happened. And then when there was money, we would take it and do whatever we wanted with it. We had no idea what our expenses were. We had no idea what our cash flow was. We had no idea what our nut was. We didn't know any of that stuff. We just paid the bills and then took the money. And we did that forever. I look back at that. So you got to know which one of these things you are when you're going to run a business. Because if you're the artist, you can learn to be an entrepreneur. You can teach yourself how to do that, which is what I've done, frankly. If you're the artist, you're going to have a tough time being the systems person. You're going to have to hire systems people. If you're a systems person, you're never going to be an entrepreneur, typically. Because systems people, entrepreneurs are willing to take risks. They're willing to put it all, they're willing to take all their chips and put it on the table. Most systems people won't do that. Systems people want to go work for people who are willing to do that. They want to be treated well, they want to be paid well, and they're happy to work very hard, but they don't want to be the ones that are putting all their money on the line. Artists will put all their money on the line, but because they're typically not natural entrepreneurs, they don't know what that means. And they won't know their numbers, and they won't know whether or not it's a good idea or a bad idea. If you're an entrepreneur, you naturally understand business. You naturally can tell what the numbers are going to be. You know your numbers. You know when you're going to be cash flow positive. You know how to do that. But artists or entrepreneurs need artists and systems people. Entrepreneurs can teach themselves to be a systems person. They don't like it, but they can learn it. But nobody can teach themselves to be an artist. Artist comes naturally. If you're an artist, you're an artist, and you're an artist in that particular area. So, but think about it. Who makes the most money? On a basketball team, who gets paid the most? Typically, it's the artist. The artists are the ones that actually make the most money. That little piece of information alone for me was worth the price of admission for this event that's going to start here in a couple of hours. And I was like, okay, I need to learn how to be an entrepreneur, and I need to hire systems people. That's what I need to do in order to understand everything. Because at the end of the day, with any business, number one, you got to know your numbers. You got to know your numbers. Stand up and cheer. I love numbers and numbers love me. And two, any system is based on innovation and marketing. That's the success of any business. So if you own a business out there, which one of those things are you? Or if you're looking for a job in a business, which one are you? Are you a systems person or are you an artist? Know your strength and then play to that when it comes time to go and find a job. If you're an artist, entrepreneurs need you. That means you have a talent that they don't have. And they can't be successful in their business without your talent. So know that. And do it very, very well, but demand to get paid very, very well because they'll pay you very, very well for it. Why was Michael Jordan worth $35 million a year in the 90s? Because he filled every stand that the Bulls team went to. Phil Jackson said one time that every team in the NBA should be paying part of Michael Jordan's salary. And he was right. Because every stadium they went to, it was full because he was there. So if you're a great artist, find an entrepreneur who needs you, who will appreciate you, and they will pay you very well because you will make their business work. If you're a great systems person, same thing. Find an entrepreneur that needs your system. Guys like me, we need systems people. And I hire very good systems people, and I rely upon them because I am not a systems person. I've taught myself to be an entrepreneur. But at the heart, I'm an artist, which really shocked me when I learned that. Great information. Good morning, everybody. I'm super excited to see this event again. I hope you're all having a good day. We got a lot of people on here. Good morning to my Uncle Bill. Diana, are you still out on the West Coast? I saw that wherever you were, it was very cold. Good morning, Dolores. Always great to see you. Mr. Dakin is up and rolling this morning. Everybody's saying hi. Good to see you, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.